Hi, everybody. This is Melanie Shapiro. I hope you're doing great. I hope everybody had a great holiday and have some time off. So, I just wanted to hop on here and say hi to everybody. And if you have any questions about immigration, go ahead. Let me know you're here. Love to hear from all you guys. So, let me know how you're doing. What did you do for the holidays? Um, I am live on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Um, all right. Hey, peeps. I see you guys joining on TikTok. Good to see you. Please say hello. If you're joining and you don't know who I am, my name is Melanie. I'm an immigration attorney, Melanie Shapiro. I'm based in Massachusetts, and I have two offices, one in Worcester, one in Norwood. But I have clients all over the world, and I represent people from almost 80 countries, which is very exciting. So I'm going to, let's see, if you guys are joining, go ahead and say hello. I want to hear from you. I want to know what questions you have about immigration. There's so many things going on with immigration all the time. So, you know, it it is kind of crazy. So please say hi. Send me stuff on TikTok, Instagram. So anyway, I'm gonna get started. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead and join. I was posting a video today about people who are immigrants who are wanting to visit family or have family come here. So I wanted to talk first a little bit about visitor visas. So if you want to have your family members come visit you and you're in the US, depending on what country people are from, it can be more difficult than other places. So if you're from a country that you don't, there's no ESTA, or people are getting denied more often, then what you can do to be more likely to get a tourist visa is you can show that you have something to go back to. Your family members have something to go back to. If they have a business, if they have assets, if they have a house, if they have children, and that the person buys a return ticket and has a clear itinerary of where they're going to be, who they're going to be staying with, what they're going to be doing, so that if they get stopped by immigration at the airport coming in and put into secondary inspection, then it's important that they have some of those things lined up. Also, whenever my clients are traveling, I ask them to give me their flight information and to call me if they have any issues whatsoever. I had some people traveling in who were really nervous about what was going to happen when they landed, so I was able to talk them through it and coach them on what to say when they got into the US. Hi, everybody who's joining. Please say hello. My name is Melanie Shapiro. I'm an immigration lawyer. So if you have anything you want to know about immigration, then please ask me your questions. También hablo español. Y falo portugués poco. I'm learning Portuguese. We had this survey up about what language I should learn next, and so everybody voted that pretty much I should learn Portuguese. So I've been doing Duolingo, so trying to learn some Portuguese. Say hello, everybody, and nice to see you guys. Also, I've been wanting to talk a little bit about the Afghan cases. So I've been doing, I had done a lot of cases for humanitarian parole for Afghans. And it has seemed like impossible, that the government was overloaded and that we weren't getting any sort of movement on these cases. One of the things I've been doing is I've been suing the government to take action on these cases. This kind of lawsuit is called a writ of mandamus, and I've had some success with that. I'm happy to report that I'm in the final stages of bringing somebody, a gay man from Afghanistan, to the US. And we've been working on his case for over 2 years. It's been really tough. These most over 90, about 95% of all of these Afghan cases have been, let me see, all of these Afghan cases pretty much have been denied. And so I filed like almost 50 of these Afghan cases, and I've only gotten 2 approvals. I've gotten some denials. Most of the cases we haven't received any sort of decision on. So I'm really glad we sued the government about this one case, and we've had success, and this person should be coming to the US soon. I see Shafi on here says, "Hi, I am Afghan. I came through Mexico, US border. My court date is 11/12/2026. Yeah, how can you make it earlier? Well, you should set up a consult with me, which you can do by just clicking the link in the bio, so we can talk about it. But when you have a court date that's way, way, way out like that, and this is normal, there's, I think, 3.5 million cases at the immigration courts right now, all backlogged. And so what you can do is file what's called a motion to advance the case, which just means to make the hearing sooner. And it depends on what court you are and what judge you have and what kind of their practice is about this. So in this situation where you've come in, when did you come in, Shafi? You're going to want to make sure that you file for asylum within 1 year of coming to the United States. And if you are afraid to return to Afghanistan, which I'm assuming is the case given everything that's happening over there with the Taliban. So if my clients have their cases ready to go, I like to push these cases forward. I don't like to drag them out, especially for people who want to have their cases heard. So Shafi says, I came on September 30th of this year. So Shafi, you're going to have to file for your asylum within 1 year. So, and, if you're in court, then you can file just the I-589, which is the asylum application. And, okay. So, Shafi is also saying that I applied to the USCIS, but they said that you have to apply to court. Yes, you have to apply to court. If you came through the Mexico-US border, then you're put into removal proceedings, which is deportation proceedings. But and court said that they received your application. That's great, Shafi. So Shafi has applied for asylum. Shafi is from Afghanistan, and he filed the I-589, which is the application for asylum with the court. And so after he has his asylum case pending with the court for 150 days, he can apply for his work permit. And then you should receive your work permit about a month after you apply for it. And so, okay, he said 49 days passed. Yep, so you still have to wait for about 101 more days before you can apply for the work permit. So like I was saying with my clients, if we have your cases ready to go for an individual hearing, which is basically what is a trial, and then we can ask the court to have a trial date or an individual hearing scheduled in the case, and you can ask for that to be expedited or non-expedited, generally at the master calendar hearing, which is kind of like a pretrial hearing. Anywho, you want to make sure you have all your documents ready, you have a good case, you have evidence prepared. And then in that situation, I would, ask the court for a quicker date. And you also want to see who's the judge on the case and what is their asylum approval rating. And then Shafi says, where else should I send my application? So you need to send your application also to USCIS. And I know this is a little confusing because first you said you sent it to USCIS, but because you're in removal proceedings, then you have to send it to the court. But then there's this other thing that you have to do with the court. So after you apply with the court, you have to then take proof that you applied to the court, like the stamped copy of the application. You can ask the court to stamp that copy, and then you send a copy of that to USCIS with the special instructions from the court. That's how you get everything rolling so that you can get your biometrics, which is the fingerprint and the photo. And then you'll get a receipt from USCIS that basically says that it's a case with defensive asylum, which is a case with the court. And then that's how you can get prepared and then be able to file for your work permit in 101 days for you. So people have to wait for 150 days and then they can apply for the work permits. Thanks for your question. Hi, everybody who's joining. So go ahead and say hello. Let me know if there's any questions you have. If you're just joining, my name is Melanie Shapiro. I'm an immigration attorney based in Massachusetts. I've got people all over the world that I work with. And then, send me, like this and like this video and share it with others so that I can have more people who, if you have questions, I can help you with whatever questions you have. Y para la gente que habla español, también hablo español y falo un poco portugués. I'm learning some Portuguese. We have people at the office who speak Portuguese. If you're interested in scheduling an appointment with me, you can click the link in the bio. I do have some slots open this week for appointments via video. Shafif, thanks a lot for your kindness. I'm really grateful. Oh, you're very welcome. All of the people I've worked with from Afghanistan have been just so kind. And I really feel for everybody over there. I have a lot of Afghan clients that I've been working with, and it's just a really bad situation still. Shafi asked, are your appointments free? No, my appointments are not free. Every once in a while, I'll do a clinic where I do short 15-minute consultations for free, but my appointments are $200 for the initial consultation. And it's really important that if you're interested in working with me, that we do have that initial consultation, because even if something seems like it can be a simple type of case, there might be nuances or particular issues that come up that you wouldn't anticipate. A lot of times people try to file things by themselves, but the problem is then that they might mess up the case in some way, and then it winds up costing them more money to have me fix what they did. And then Shafi is asking, again, is there any way to bring the first court earlier, please? Yes. So Shafi, what I would recommend doing, I think that if you are able to, Shafi, where are you, by the way? If you're able to schedule an appointment with me, we can try to bring the first court date of Tennessee. Okay, that's no problem. Like, I represent people all over the country. The nice thing about immigration law is that it's federal law. So even though my state license is in Massachusetts, I can practice immigration law anywhere in the U.S., anywhere in the world, really, regarding U.S. immigration law. And I like to travel, so very good. Tennessee is beautiful, by the way. I was out there years ago. I've been to Nashville and Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. It's a really beautiful state. So for the first court date, when you have the first court date way out like this, I see this more as an opportunity to get everything in order. So we can start working together. We can get your application ready to go for a hearing. And then instead of having the first hearing, which is called the master calendar hearing, we can just ask for an individual hearing. If your case is ready to go, send in the pleadings. and make sure the applications and everything are up to date. And then you can kind of bypass all of that. All right. Hello, everybody. Hola, Consuelo, ¿cómo está? All right. Toda la gente que está mirando este video en español, enviarme algunas preguntas que tienen. Mi nombre es Melanie Shapiro, soy una abogada de inmigración y mis oficinas están en Massachusetts, pero estoy practicando derecho en todo el mundo. Si tiene algunas preguntas de español, puede enviarlos por los comentarios y lo siento. Si tiene algunas preguntas, por favor, dejarlo en los comentarios. Puede enviarme un mensaje. Y si quiere programar una cita conmigo, puede clic el link en mi bio y puede programarlo directamente con mi website. Espero todos están bien, tenían feliz año nuevo y feliz Navidad. Soy Melanie Shapiro, la abogada de inmigración. And for those of you joining in English, I'm Melanie Shapiro. I'm an immigration attorney based in Massachusetts. Let me know if you have any questions related to immigration. I'm happy to answer those for you. All right, so I'll stay on for a few more minutes and answer any questions. Hola a toda la gente que está en mi video. Enviarme un like, hola. Espero que todos están con ustedes, todo está bien. Gracias a Dios, yo tenía mucho tiempo con mi pareja y disfrutamos esta Navidad. Hola, José. Hola, toda la gente. Si tiene algunas preguntas, puede enviarlos. Hello, everybody. Okay, so if you have a question, go ahead and ask me your question. And then I'll be happy to answer that for you. I'll stay on another minute or two and answer anything. And I'm just looking here. Okay. All right. So I have a question here from Ayaman. He's asking, where can a Haitian travel to with TPS? So this is actually something that I recently discovered. There's websites that you can look at that tell you where you can travel without a visa. So I'm going to look at visa-free travel for Haitian citizens. All right, so for Haitians, there are 16 countries that you can travel to without a visa. And the website that I'm using is called visaguide.world. And this is really handy too when I'm, back to these Afghan cases or other cases where people are trying to get humanitarian parole. For humanitarian parole, you have to be in a country and be allowed to be in that country. And for people fleeing from very dangerous countries, trying to get humanitarian parole, it might not be safe for them to wait in that country. So if they are able to travel to another safe country, then without a visa for up to 6 months while we wait and try to expedite the case, that could definitely be an option. I have someone now that I'm working with who is from Russia in another country, which is not the best situation for them. And, one option for them is to travel to another country, say, for example, Montenegro or wherever. And then they can stay there and be safe while they're waiting. So, hola toda la gente en mi video. Por favor, dejar un mensaje, dejar un comentario, enviarme un like. Si tiene alguna preguntas de inmigración, puedo contestarlo ya. So yeah, this website is really cool. and really helpful. So, and it brings up a really good point. If you have TPS, so that's temporary protected status, and you're in the United States, you still have the passport from your home country, and because of that, it's not like you can use a U.S. passport and go to more countries. So this website again is visaguide.world, and then that's very handy to see if you can go travel somewhere. So let me see here if I had any other questions. And again, if you want to, si quiere hacer una cita conmigo, puede enviarnos un mensaje o puede usar la link en mi bio para programarlo directamente. Tengo algunos espacios durante esta semana y en la próxima semana también. Okay, so I have another question here from Patel. Patel was saying, hi, I'm inquiring about my next step. My father was the principal applicant on our F4 petition. Me and my mom were under the same petition as derivatives. The immigrant visa is approved and we booked our flight for the 30th of November. Unfortunately, my father passed away a couple of weeks ago and I'm confused about the next step. I'm so sorry to hear that, Patel. That's very sad. And I'm really sorry for your loss. So in a situation like that, where the immigrant visa is already approved, then yes, you can continue to go through the process. And as your mom is a widow, so it's a widower petition and you are still the derivative. So yes, you can still move forward with the process. What you want to do is reach out to the U.S. Embassy and let them know what's going on, and also reach out to the NVC and update them with a copy of the death certificate. And then you can move forward with the process. Also, if you'd like to go over this more, you can book a consultation with me and I can help you through the rest of the process. I have a question here from Lakshmi is saying, I have an H-1B approved this year, but my lawyer hasn't gotten a soft copy from USCIS yet. And right now, I was able to reach out to USCIS representative and they wanted to speak to my attorney in order to give the soft copy of the approval, but my attorney is not available. So is it possible that I can have another attorney speak with them to get the soft copy? So if you are in a situation where you have an attorney and they're unavailable for some reason, and you're trying to get a copy of an approval notice, you and your attorney should have received an approval notice in the mail. And I don't know if you're abroad or if you're in the United States, but you should be able to request that on the USCIS website to get another copy of it if for some reason it got lost in the mail, which does happen from time to time. And that you need to submit this urgently to your workplace. So one thing you can do as well is you can use the receipt number and you could check your case status online, and then it should say that your case was approved. So in the meantime, I would probably just do a screenshot of that approval status from USCIS and send that over, and then hopefully you can get that from your attorney. And in terms of having another attorney try to reach out, you can have another attorney reach out, and you have to have that you have to sign a notice of appearance, and you would have to get that over to USCIS. So it might be a little bit faster to try and connect with your attorney, but we could register your case on the USCIS website and connect that way. Okay, thank you for your question. Hello, everybody on the live. I'm Melanie Shapiro. I'm an immigration attorney. If you have any questions about immigration, go ahead and ask them. You can just put them in the comments or send me a message. Okay, so I'm looking, see, okay. I have somebody who goes by Pops, and Pops is asking, I have a question regarding my deportation. I'm already here in my country for 13 years. Do you think I can get a pardon to go to the United States? If you've been deported from the US, then generally speaking, you have a 10-year ban. And sometimes you can have a permanent ban or the 20-year ban, depending on the reason why you got deported. If it's the case that you have already done the 10 years outside of the US, you can go ahead and apply for some other type of status in the US, but it's kind of complicated depending on what the background is, whether or not you'll be successful. Okay. So let me see here if we have anyone. Okay. So go ahead and let me know if you have any questions. I have a question here from Eliza. Eliza says, Buenas tardes, abogada. Espero se encuentre muy bien. Le escribe una ciudadanía nicaragüense que recibo el beneficio para ingresar a los Estados Unidos por medio del paro humanitario, pero debido a problemas de salud no realicé el viaje en la fecha de vencimiento del mismo. Además, que el patrocinador estaba cobrando una suma importante de dinero. Mi pregunta es, ¿puedo en el futuro solicitar otro tipo de visa como turismo o el hecho de que no viaje con el paro me perjudica? Gracias de antemano y citas. Ok, bueno. Entonces, para esta persona se aprobaba con paro humanitario. Entonces, con este tipo de casos, usualmente una persona solamente tiene 30 días para viajar a los Estados Unidos. Pero con algunas circunstancias como un problema de salud, entonces puede mudar adelante con este paro humanitario si puede conectar con la embajada, puede explicar el problema, puede solicitar para extender este tiempo para viajar a los Estados Unidos. Espero que todo va bien contigo. Gracias para tu pregunta. Okay. And let's see. So I have another person who's saying, hello, I'm searching for a new lawyer for my case. I have a question. It was my master calendar hearing a few days ago, and the court froze my clocks and gave me a new master hearing. So what they're referring to is the asylum clock. And if you do anything at all to delay your case in the immigration court, they're going to stop the clock, which basically means that this can make it so that you're not able to get a work permit because you're not able to get those 150 days counting on the clock, the asylum clock. What you could do is you could, when you do have an attorney, you could ask them to reach out to the court administrator to see if they can unfreeze the clock or restart the clock for you. Okay, thank you for your question. Okay, so I think that's all that I have time for. Thank you for those of you who watched the video and who sent comments in. And go ahead and reach out if you have any questions or you need an appointment with me. You can go ahead and just reach out and we can get you scheduled. And I hope you all have a wonderful new year. Thank you and have a good day.